Hello, I am Gail Joshua Pinasada from BSCPE 21. This is my video lesson from the past midterm examination in Advanced Engineering Mathematics.
So let's start. Write the given complex number in polar form. So in number 1, the given is 2. 2 is a real number. So we will substitute 2 in x here. In the equation, x equals to square root of x squared plus y squared. So substituting the value, you will have square root of 2 raised to 2 plus 0 raised to 2 because there is no imaginary number, so this will be equivalent to 0. Then evaluating the equation, we will have the square root of 4. Then the square root of 4 will be our value for r, which is 2. Then we need to find the theta. The theta is equivalent to arctangent 0 over 2. Then 0 over 2 is simply the 0 degrees or the 2 pi, which is when we graph this 2, it is lying in the positive x-axis. So it will be equivalent to 0 pi or 2 pi. Then the polar form is this. This equals to 2 is equals to 2 cosine 2 pi plus I sine 2 pi. Or this equals to 2 is equals to 2 cosine 0 degrees plus I sine this is 0 degrees in degrees form. Then next is number 2. Number 2 was a given of negative 10. Negative 10 is a real number. So same process. We will substitute the value of negative 10 in the x. So it will have the equation of square root of negative 10 squared plus 0 squared. 0 squared is equals to the imaginary number. So there's no imaginary number, so the value is 0. Then next step is the negative 10 squared. So negative 10 squared is equals to the square root of 100. Then square root of 100 is equals to 10. So r is equals to 10. The next step is to find the value of the theta, which is this equation. Theta is equals to arctangent of 0 over 10. 0 over 10 is simply 0, but here negative 10 lies on the negative x quadrant, negative x. So we will add a pi. Then theta is equals to pi. Theta is also equals to 180 degrees. So the polar form of negative 10 is equals to z is equals to negative 10 is equals to 10 cosine theta, cosine pi plus I sine pi, or z is equals to 10 cosine 180 degrees plus I sine 180 degrees. Then next is number 3. Number 3 given is negative 3i, which is an imaginary number. Then our first step is to find the value of r. So we substitute the negative 3i, which is now in the y because it's an imaginary number. So we will evaluate this equation, then we will come up with the square root of 9. Then square root of 9 is equals to 3. So the value for r is now 3. The next step is to find the theta, where the theta now is the arctangent of negative 3 over 0. Negative 3 over 0 have a property because as x approaches negative infinity, arctangent approaches negative pi over 2 or negative 90 degrees. Because when we graph this, the negative 3 is lying in the negative y line in the Cartesian plane. So negative 90 degrees is also equivalent to 3 pi over 2 or 270 degrees. So our value now for the polar form is z is equals to negative 3i is equals to 3 cosine 3 pi over 2 plus I sine 3 pi over 2, or z is equals to 3 cosine 270 degrees plus I sine 270 degrees in degrees. The next is number 4. The given number 4 is 6i. 6i is an imaginary number. So, y will have a value and x will not have. So, while plugging the values, the square root of 0 squared, which is x, which is we do not have x here, plus 6 squared, which is the imaginary number. So, evaluating this, we will get the square root of 36. Then the square root of 36 is our value of for r, which is r is equals to 6. Then we need to find the theta. So the theta is the arctangent of 6 over 0, or equivalent to the pi over 2 or 90 degrees, because y is equal to 6. When we graph it, the 6 value will be lying in the positive y-axis. So the polar form is z is equals to 6i is equals to 6 cosine pi over 2 plus I sine pi over 2. Then in degrees, z is equals to 6 cosine 90 degrees plus I sine 90 degrees. Then next number 5, which is the given is I plus 1 plus I. So 1 plus I is now in the form of a plus ib. So we substitute the values for x and y. So we will have now the equation of the square root of 1 raised to 2 plus 1 raised to 2, which is this, the square root of 1 plus 1. So the square root of 1 plus 1 is equal to the square root of 2. Then is our value of r. So next we'll need to find the value of the theta, which is the arctangent of 1 over 1. Is equals to 1 over 4 pi, or if we multiply the pi here, it will be equivalent to pi over 4 or 45 degrees. So the theta is now pi over 4 or 45 degrees. Then it makes sense because 1 is in the positive x-axis and the imaginary number is in the imaginary y-axis. So this is in the first quadrant. Then this is the polar form of the given 1 plus I. Then next is number 6, which is also in the form of a plus ib, in the form of 5 minus 5i. So substituting the values in our formula, we'll have now the square root of 5 squared plus negative 5 squared. So the equivalent of it is equivalent to square root of 50. And square root of 50 is equivalent to 5 square root of 2. So we have now the r. We need to find the value for the theta, which is this. The value of our arctangent theta is here, negative 5 over 5, which is y over x, which is equals now to negative pi over 4 or negative 45 degrees, or can be 7 pi over 4, 315 degrees. Because if we graph this, negative 45 will be equivalent to this. It's like this, negative 45. Then 315 degrees is here, in the middle, because it is 270 and this is 360 degrees. So the polar form will have these values. Then next is number 7, where there is a given negative square root of 3 plus I. So we'll have it in the form of a plus ib. So we substitute the values is equivalent to this negative square root of 3, which is equivalent to square root of negative square root of 3 squared plus I squared. So the next step will be this. will be equals to square root of 3 plus 1 because the value of this square root will be cancelled along with the sign. So square root of 3 plus 1 is equals to square root of 4. So our values for r is now 2. So we have now the value of r. And next, we need to find our data, which is arctangent of y over x, which is now the 1 over negative square root of 3 plus pi, because negative square root of 3, this x lies in the negative x-axis plus this I, which is in the positive y-axis. So we need to add a pi, which is now our data will be equivalent to 5 pi over 6. Then for the polar form, it is it, which is z is equals to the square root of 3 plus I is equals to 2 cosine 5 pi over 6 plus I sine 5 pi over 6, or in this in the degree form. So next is number 8. This is also in the form of a plus ib. So substitute the values, which is now equivalent to the square root of negative 2 raised to 2 plus negative 2 square root of 3 raised to 2. So simplifying the values, we'll have the square root of 4 plus 12, which is equals to 16. Wait, let me write. Equals to 16. So 16 square root of 16. So square root of 16 also 4 because it's a square root of 16. So we have now the value of r. Then we need to find the value of the theta, which is arctangent negative 2 square root of 3i over negative 2, which is y over x plus y plus pi, because if we'll see this equation, we will see that negative 2 is here, while negative 2 square root of 3i is also here. So we need to add a pi because pi is equals to 180. So by adding it, we will have the value of 4 pi over 3. This is the value for theta. Then by substituting those values for x, for r, and the theta, we'll have this equation, which is the polar form of this given negative 2 minus 2 square root of 3i. So number 9. Number 9 is the given is not in the form of a plus ib, so we need to transform it. To evaluate this, we have this equation, which is 3 over negative 1 plus I times the opposite of the denominator, which is the negative 1 minus I over negative 1 minus I. So evaluating it, we will have this equation, which is negative 3 minus 3i over 1 plus I minus I squared. This is the full method in the denominator. So further evaluating this, we'll have this equation. Then we'll come up with the value, which is in the form of a plus ib. Then our equation is now the form of it. So we can now have the value of r. Then substituting the value, we'll have this. Then we'll have the value of r now, which is 3 square root of 2 over 2. Then after that, we need to find the theta, which is the y over x. So this is the y, this is the x. Substitute it in the tangent. So the value we get in the theta is negative 3 over 4 or negative 135 degrees, or 5 over 4 or 225 degrees. So in the polar form, it is this form. Then for the last number to transform into polar form, it is also similar to number 9, which is not in the form of a plus ib. So we have this equation, which is 12 over square root of 3 plus I times the opposite of this denominator, which is 3 square root of 3i 3 square root of 3 minus I over square root of 3 minus I. Then we'll have this equation and this by simplifying this to this. Then we will have now the equation of a plus ib, which is equals now to negative 3 over square root of 3 minus 3i. So we have this. So we can get the value of r because we have the value of a and the b. So by computing the value, which is negative the square root of negative 3 over square root of 3 over 2 raised to 2 plus negative 3 raised to 2, we will have the value of r, which is 6. Then we have now the value of r. Then we need to find the value of the arctangent theta. So we have this, the value of y, the value of x. So by evaluating it, we will find these values of theta. So we have the value of r and the value of theta. Then simply we will have now the value of the polar form, which is this value. So in number 11, we'll need to transform this polar form into the form of a plus ib, which this is the given. G is equals to pi cosine 7 pi over 6 plus I sine 7 pi over 6. So this is our equation, the original equation. We'll need to transform it to find a plus ib. So we'll need this equation, which is 5 negative square root of 3 over 2 plus I negative 1 over 2, which is this simplification of cosine 7 pi over 6 plus this is with and this 7 pi over 6, which is the simplification of this. So next we will this 5 will dispute it to the values of x and y. So this is it. This is the value. So after that, we'll have these values, which is the negative 5 square root of 3 over 2 minus 5 over 2i. Then by doing it in decimal form, we'll have the values of z equals to negative 4.33 minus 2.5 I. So in number 12, we'll transform the polar form into the form of a plus ib. So the given is g is equals to 8 square root of 2 cosine 11 pi over 4 plus I sine pi over 8. So this is our original equation, which is this. So next step is to evaluate this equation, which is the cosine and the sine. By plugging in it in the calculator, we will gain this equation, which is 8 square root of 2. Then the cosine of 11 pi over 4 is equals to negative square root of 2 over 2 plus I plus the sine pi over 8, which is 2 square root of 2 over 2. Then by multiplying both of these equations to 8 square root of 2, we will have this equation. So multiplying both of it, we will have a value of z, which is negative 8 plus 8i. Then now, number 30, which is z is equals to 6 cosine pi over 8 plus I sine pi over 8. So we need the original equation, which is this. By evaluating the cosine and the sine, we will get the values of square root of 2 plus square root of 2 over 2 plus I square root of 2 minus square root of 2 over 2. This one is like this. This square root is inside another square root. So we'll have the denominator of 2 and 6, which is all divisible to 2. So divided by 2, we will get these values. So 6 will become 3, while this one will become square root of 2 over square root of 2 times square root of 2 plus 3 square root of 2 minus square root of 2i. So by doing the multiplication for both sides, we will now have the value of z, which is now z is equals to 5.54 plus 2.296i. So for the last number, to transform from polar to form a plus ib, we will have this given z is equals to 10 cosine pi over 5 plus I sine pi over 5. So this is the equation, the original equation. So we need to evaluate these values of cosine pi over 5 plus this sine pi over 5. So after evaluating those values, we will have this value in our calculator, which is 1 plus pi over 4 plus I 5 minus 5 square root of 2 over 2. So in similar, they are all divisible to 2. The denominator and this step. So by dividing all of it to 2, cancel this, it will become 2, this will become 5. So after that, we will have this equation, which is 5, then 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 plus 5 square root of this square root of, this is supposed to be 5, plus we have this 5 here. So yeah, so by evaluating this equation, we will have the value for z, which is in the form of a plus ib, which is z is equals to 8.090, or the value of a plus 5.878i, or the value of ib. So we need to find the product and the quotient. Then we need to find the number in the form of a plus ib. So in the number 15, we'll be given these two equations, the z1 and the z2. So first, we will find the product. So the product will be equivalent to this 2 times 4, then cosine pi over 8 plus this one, which is the 3 pi over 8 plus the sign values of z1 and z2, which is pi over 8 plus 3 pi over 8. So our next step is to evaluate those values. So we'll have 2 times 4 is equals to 8. Then this pi over 8 plus 3 pi over 8 is equals to pi over 2. So the sign also will become pi over 2. So next step is to evaluate the cosine and the sine. So we have this 8 is equals to now cosine 90 degrees plus I sine 90 degrees. So from radians we can do it also in degrees, which is the equivalent of it. So next step we'll evaluate those. So cosine 90 is equals to 0, while sine 90 is equals to 1 plus I, this one plus I. So when distributing those 8 to those two values, we will have the value for the product of z1, z2 is equals to 8i. So next, for the product, for the quotient, we have these values. So we need to divide 2 to 4. Then from product, we add those value of cosine and sine, while in the quotient, we will minus. So by evaluating these numbers, we'll have 1 half cosine negative pi over 4 plus I sine negative pi over 4, which is this one. So by evaluating these numbers, the cosine and the sine of negative pi over 4 will have this we will have this square root of 2 over 2 plus negative square root of 2 over 2i. So next step, we will distribute the value of this negative of this 1 half this values. So 1 half times square root of 2 over 2 plus 1 half times negative square root of 2 over 2i. So by evaluating the values of these two, we will now have the value for the quotient of z1 over z divided by z2 equals to square root of 2 over 4 minus square root of 2 minus the square root of 2 over 4i. So for the last number, we need to find the product and the quotient. Then next is the form of a plus ib. So we are given z1 and z2, which is this. So first we need to find the product. The product is square root of 2 times square root of 3. Then this cosine multiplied to this sine to this. We'll add them because we're doing multiplication. So after that, we will have these values. By evaluating these values, we'll have square root of 6. Then by adding pi over 4 plus pi over 12 is equals to pi over 3. Then also equals to pi over 3. Then this is the equivalent of this equation in degrees. So after that, we'll have cosine 60 degrees plus I sine 60 degrees. We'll evaluate those numbers. So we'll have 1 half for the cosine and the sine. We'll have square root of 3 over 2i. After that, we need to distribute square root of 6. So this is the equation when we distribute square root of 6. So the values for z1 times z2 is equals to square root of 6 over 2 plus 3 square root of 2 over 2i. Then next, we will do the division, the quotient. So we will divide square root of 2, square root of 3, and we will minus those values for sine, cosine, and sine because we're doing the quotient. So by evaluating those numbers, we'll have this. The square root of 6 over 3, which comes from here. Then the cosine, which comes from the this equation, these now values to and these values for sine. Because we minus it, we'll have pi over 6. So next step is to evaluate those cosine and sine values. So we'll have square root of 3 over 2 plus 1 over 2i, which is comes from here. After that, we will distribute 6 square root of 6 over 3 to these two values. So we will multiply them, then add. So the product, either for the quotient of z1 divided by z2 is equals to the square root of 2 over 2 plus square root of 6 over 6i